And this one has just found its way into the rusty shed. It's an AGUSTA Brutale 989. Now it's been babysat for a little while, so while it's being babysat by me, I thought I'd take it out for a spin. Now it does look rather nice. 4-cylinder bike. Now I don't ride 4-cylinder bikes very often, and it's going to be an interesting experience to see how this goes. I've never ridden an AGUSTA, never owned one, and it does look jolly nice. So I'll get my gear on, and we'll take the camera, and I'll let you know what I think of it. Changes a nice short lever action, snicks into gear very nicely, very positively. It's very slightly notchy, very slightly. A nice gearbox on a bike makes such a difference, because if the gearbox is clunky or notchy, you know, you change gears so much on a bike that it can be a real detractor. Purposely riding this bike slow, not caning it everywhere, because, well, you know, that's how most of us ride down these kind of lanes. The seat is a bit small and a bit thin, a bit slidey. I wouldn't want to ride this bike a long way. No doubt you could chuck a sheepskin on it and you'd probably be able to ride it for 2-hour stints. But a touring bike it is not. Leg position is a bit sporty, with your feet tucked under your backside a bit. Certainly not a 90-degree angle at your knees, a bit tighter than that, so a bit sporty with the leg position. I think we'll go up here. Yeah, we'll go up here. Slow speed riding is actually quite nice. It's not snatchy. Some big twins, Ducatis, can be quite snatchy, low revs, but this is a pretty smooth ride. Obviously being a 4, you don't get that snatch of the back wheel, on and off the gas, low down, so it's a pretty smooth ride at slow speed, in fairness. I think we might park up just around the corner. Nice little quiet lay-by here that I know of, and we'll have a look around the bike, and we'll look at some of the finer details of the build quality, how it looks. Here we go, a lay-by. Oh, look at that, with setting sun, very nice, perfect. You know what, it's so warm tonight. It's so warm tonight, we could be in Italy, and that fits the bill for this bike, being an Italian. Now the styling, what do we all think of the styling? I think it's a very handsome bike. The droopy headlight thing, I'm not sure if that's now gone out of fashion. It's probably a thing of the past, with this being I think it's nearly a 10-year-old bike, this. I do like the trellis frame, a proper trellis steel exposed frame always looks good, quite often in a nice colour like gold or red, but this blends in a bit more. I think the engine is good looking on display. It's a handsome lump, and the exhaust pipe, other than the big collector box underneath, is pretty nice. I do like the handlebars being proper handlebars, tubular with a clamp. I've never liked cast effect handlebars, and I still don't. I think they're hideous. I think most manufacturers are moving away from them because of that reason. And then some of the other bits and pieces are quite delicate, like that rear footrest hanger is quite a nice delicate aluminium casting, as is the rider's footrest hangers, and the rest of it is just as it should be. Just you know, you've got to have a radiator, and it's cowled in quite tidy, and everything's hidden away, like the water reservoir, the expansion tank. The indicators are fairly standard fare, nothing special about those really. If I've got a complaint about it, I would say it's the seat is a bit slidey, and when you put the brakes on, you tend to slide around on that. I would imagine if you carried a pillion, they'd be sliding into you all the time, I would imagine. But I don't think it's really a pillion bike. I think it's more of a weekend cruiser, thrasher, fun bike, and I think it fits the bill for that handsomely. Right, something I've noticed is the amount of heat coming off that engine, and you can feel it on your legs. Now, I don't know whether that's because it's a hot evening and I'm stopping and starting and jumping on and off. It might be that, but it does feel like there's a fair amount of heat comes off that engine. Now, one thing I keep mistaking, that green light there is to tell me the lights are on, and that green light's neutral. And sometimes I'm pulling up and I'm looking at that green light thinking I'm in neutral, and I'm not. So I wish they'd done that light a different colour. So there's the neutral light. This is quite a bumpy lane, and the suspension's coping quite well. I've been down this lane on a lot of different bikes. I've been down here on RSV relays and the like, and Jason's famous shopping trolley Ducati 1098S. And this compares pretty well to those, possibly a little bit better, a little bit more compliant. I've not touched the suspension, it's as it's come set up from the bike shop. So no doubt it can be softened or firmed up, but it's not bad. On the firm side, no question about that. Well, looks like we missed the sunset, but never mind, it's still rather pretty down here.